I gotta point this out, man, because normally I would support Tariq Nasheed. I have my agreements with Tariq Nasheed for the FBA movement and all that. And I have my agreements with Fareed Gasoline. And I'm gonna be honest, man, I don't like the direction that Tariq Nasheed doing. I said, as Black Americans, FBA, we shouldn't even be into that discussion. We need to just sit back and watch our shit play out. And to me, Ibrahim Traore, his alliance with Russia, we want to say, well, it's kind of the same alliance that they have with the United States of France, but it's nothing like that. It's nothing like that at all. From what I've been looking at and what I've been researching, I've been going deep on Ibrahim Traore and his alliance with Russia. And to me, it's not no predatory as you see a predatory parasitic relationship that the Sahel states had with France and the United States. To me, United States was more parasitic and predatory with the Sahel states, and it seemed like somebody, like, I ain't gonna even lie, it would make it look as though somehow the CIA came to Tariq Nasheed and told him to say all this negative stuff about the relationship between Ibrahim Traore and Russia, basically trying to make him look like he a sellout, but then selling out to the Russians. When Russia doesn't even have a parasitic relationship that the United States and Paris had, Washington and Paris had with the Sahel states, including Burkina Faso. So basically, they want to have Tariq Nasheed spin this propaganda to basically say that Ibrahim Traore is selling out to Russia, as opposed to selling out to the United States and doing shit that not benefiting his people, but benefiting the multinational corporations that are abstracting all the wealth from out of the Sahel states. Basically, it's saying, they want them countries to stay back, get back on the plantation, because a lot of Africans are starting to see now that, wait a minute, damn, we was on the plantation like the black people in America was. That's why I said we should stay out of that shit. We just should look on the sidelines like we've been doing and not have nothing to say about what Ibrahim Traore is doing over there, because to me, he's doing a damn good job, if you ask me. And that's why now I don't like that Tariq Nasheed. I was looking at that panel we had, and I actually don't like the way these niggas moving. I don't like the way Tariq Nasheed right now doing that shit. I think we should stay out of that shit and just watch from the sidelines how shit play out, instead of trying to critique Ibrahim Traore, because basically he's telling them, well, you know, y'all talk a Russian master instead of France and the United States. But we all know the history of the United States and the EU countries in Africa, Central America, destabilizing these countries. Like, you go look at John Perkins' book, Diary of an Economic Hitman and shit, how these westernized multinational corporations who basically want to control the wealth and resources of these countries and put certain dictators in that go along with them, but don't serve their own people. And when you have leaders that rise up saying they're going against that, somehow they try to make them out the villain, make them out the terrorists, make them out of all this shit. And then they remove those leaders that was doing shit for their people, and then put in the dictators that's gonna do for the multinational corporation, pretty much like they do in all these countries in the Middle East, Africa, Central America, South America, put dictators in to basically do their bid and dance, they dance for the multinational corporations, fuck their people, not give their people shit, and make untold amounts of profit with these NGOs and shit, who pretty much want to basically control everything. And they the same motherfuckers that trying to do them people in, doing us in. They doing us in. So no, I don't agree with what Tariq Nasheed doing. I disagree with him. Normally I agree with Tariq Nasheed, but I'm telling Tariq Nasheed right now, nigga, you look suspect. It look like the shit. It look like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I agree with Nefertiti Gasoline on that, nigga. Like you sold out to the CIA. They throw you a couple coins, and you said you gonna do this negative propaganda against Ibrahim Traoré, because now Ibrahim Traoré is actually getting a lot of support from the FBA community. And then on top of that, he's reaching out to the FBA black community. It's like, don't get me wrong, I'm for delineation and shit, but I ain't trying to be no goddamn sellout. I ain't trying to sell out Africa just because we making we delineating and shit. No, man, we gotta look at shit objectively, man, and just instead of going along with shit that this CIA doctrine that they trying to tell Tariq Nasheed to follow. No, I'm not gonna go against my brother Ibrahim Traoré. I see the works he's doing, and people don't like what he's doing, especially the West, because now he got a movement that's rising on the African continent that's waking people up, and in general, it's waking the African diaspora up. Under Ibrahim Traoré is actually uniting us. It's almost like this indigenous American movement, where you got black people want to run around talking about they're indigenous Americans. And I'm not saying that we don't have indigenous roots here, but we ain't gonna sit up there and be naive to see what the West trying to do, and some of these people trying to do to create this divide and conquer thing. Pretty much like when they bring the black immigrants over here, and they lie to the black immigrants and basically tell them that, oh, black Americans, this and that. This the same thing they do. This psyop. This a fucking psyop that they doing, because this is how European power have always done to keep divide and conquer. And they done it on the African continent. They do it no matter wherever they go. This is the wealthy elites protecting themselves, protecting their wealth. It's pretty much like Sarge Willie P saying how they keep the division between, by telling white people here that, oh, you all white, you know, you better than the black Americans, when black Americans and poor proletarian white people that's at the bottom in the same economic situation, but they want a lot of y'all to tell y'all, oh, it's about Jesus having all this shit, all this bullshit to keep people fighting amongst each other. Meanwhile, they hoard all the wealth at the top, and a lot of I'm just saying, I do blame that kind of on white people right there, because they don't want to see how the 3% at the top running shit, because somehow they feel like one day they may be up there when they not. They sold y'all an illusion in a doggone dream. Like with Malcolm X, like when Martin Luther King got locked up in Georgia, and he was in prison, and he asked them guards how much they getting paid for that. They were getting paid pennies, and he said, shit, y'all should be out there with us marching. And he told them that they should be out there marching, but see, the elites the one create all these divisions, because they're trying to hoard all their wealth, and even more so now that you have this system falling to shit. Now white people start to see themselves in the same situation that black people are in. And they feel that, well, we shouldn't be with these niggas. We white. It don't got nothing to do with y'all white motherfucker. It got to do with they don't want to pay you either. That's what it has something to do. That's what it has to do with they don't want to pay you shit. They don't want to pay nobody nothing. I gotta agree with Sarge Willie P on this staff. And I agree 100%. They do not want to pay nobody shit. That's why why they gotta keep these divisions up and shit like that. They gotta keep this shit going, because if people were to find out that the elites are the problem and form Voltron, they know it's over. But instead, they gotta keep everybody divided. And this shit is dangerous. That's why I'm glad now that Donald Trump is here. I'm glad Donald Trump is here. And the reason why I'm glad he is, not for the reasons y'all think I'm happy that he is. No, because everything that comes fucked up, you got the Republican control the White House, which is Donald Trump. You got the conservatives that run the Senate, the Congress, and anything on their watch fuck up, it's gonna be on them. So therefore, white people, only thing they can get mad at is themselves. And now you see all the shit that's fucking up. And now they see Donald Trump ain't going along. He giving all his buddies, giving all his wealthy elite buddies all kind of tax breaks and shit. And now they starting to see it. You see what I'm saying? Just imagine if you would have had Kamala in, and none of this shit would have stayed up under the radar, and the white people would have probably really got mad at Donald Trump if Kamala Harris would have won. It would have been a kind of a purge-like situation with these white folks. Because we already know they're the first ones to crash out of any kind of instability were to go off. They're going to crash out, and what's the first thing they're going to do? They're going to take that shit out on black and Hispanic people. They gonna take that shit out on black people and Hispanic people. That's why I was telling y'all black people, all y'all need to get y'all motherfucking, you better get you some motherfucking power tools. Because they got us focused on the wrong goddamn shit. They got us, like I said, back to Ibrahim Traore. As far as I'm concerned, he's doing an outstanding ass job. And I would love to see homeboy Ibrahim Traore contact his ass to fucking destroy him. That's why when that little black girl sitting up there in Utah with that white dude talking a whole lot of bullshit, that she thinks the shit is way more, for her, the shit is way more complex than just some Africans bringing black people to the coast and white people, the Africans selling them to the Europeans. Is way more complex than that, stupid ass girl. You talking about shit you don't even know nothing about. You need to shut your ass up. Up there trying to basically tell white people they don't have no accountability for shit. Because that's what it is. And then your ass up there in Salt Lake City, Utah, around all these little so-called crazy-ass, heretic-ass Mormons, which I don't follow no religion, but you around all these heretic-ass people, white people, if something happened to your ass up there, being the only little nigga around there, your ass gonna be in trouble. Stupid. But I digress.